From the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. The highest being I got this bike started on Sunday, maybe for the first time it's run in a decade, maybe more. That was pretty awesome. I was pretty amped up. Took that video down because nobody needed to see me yelling that much. Yes! 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 In the video though, I struggled to get it started, and it turned out that the reason I couldn't get it started was I didn't have enough power. As soon as I hit the starter, this ground wasn't good, so I cleaned this up, and then it was good. After I got it started, the headlight stopped working, so I figured I blew a fuse, and here's the fuse block on here. Everything tested out on it. I didn't trust it. I pulled the fuse block off of mine, threw it on here, and it's actually the one that's connected right now. Same thing. This is not the issue. I've been checking continuity on everything, and everything on the switch side is checking out. I mean, everything I keep trying, every contact point, I was thinking maybe I got to clean up the inside on here. If I throw this, every ground I've checked keeps checking out. That's just an easy ground to throw it, but there's two major grounds on this bike. Really, this is the one main ground for everything electrical outside of the battery. The battery's kind of by itself. There's nothing else on it, and there actually technically is one more ground. There's a neutral switch that just is grounded to the bike. But if I come over here and just check on this is the headlight switch, so this would be in low. Okay, so that's working. Nothing until I hit high, so the high beam should be working. But when I flip this on, I've got nothing on the left side. And I previously, until I took this control off, I was able to get turn signals. Like, the turn signals were working on this bike, but kind of weakish. If I check, okay, so that's left turn signal, and right turn signal is there. All right, this is really neat. So I'm pissed off that I'm going through this, but it is interesting when you have these issues to go through the bike. And as pissed off as I am right now, I kind of learned, what is happening? That wasn't happening 3 minutes ago. Well, I was gonna say how cool it is how this device works. When you click it in, I hate electrical issues. So I've been going through this thing. One of my worries or wonders was I not getting ample power to it? Because when I was checking voltage across the headlight, so this is plugged into the horn there, but if I was checking voltage across the headlight, one to ground, and let's switch you are auto searching. Let's check voltage to, no, that's all millivolts there. It's hunting, so it's not finding anything there. But if I checked to, let's say, the horn, I'll throw in there, and I'll throw in there. I shouldn't see anything yet. Again, it is one of those auto hunting things. I'm still getting used to it. But now if I press the horn button, clicking it now, I'm getting 4 volts when the horn is on. Before I took this controller off, because I was just cleaning some parts up and I'm gonna reassemble it, just wondering if potentially there's some grounding thing inside of it, I was getting 11 volts to the horn up until I pulled that thing off. So okay, so there we go. Now it's not doing anything. All I did was drop it to here. This is where electrical stuff, this has got ghosts in the goddamn machine. You all saw it. Those blinkers were working before. So something is going on with the power delivery, however power is delivered to the components on this side. And I keep going through this. The only thing I'm coming up with is this LW here. Dimmer switch comes over to starter switch. So I think this LW from, which would be blue, I don't know why L is blue, but blue white from here, if it's connected here to here, which would be running up into here, the whole fuse block, basically none of these colors line up with anything else. The fuse block all by itself, this thing it tests out a positive that there's nothing wrong with the fuse block. I'm completely stumped. Actually, now that I think about it, there's unused. This is on the diagram. These are unused. Let's see what kind of voltage we've got across these, because I was thinking I'll just plug the headlight into these. Now am I getting nothing? I'm not getting anything. I was getting stuff before. Yeah, I'm at metal on metal. I was getting voltage on there before. That I'm positive. So let's find something that, well, let's just, I mean, obviously we know the battery's working. 12.46 volts across there. Is there a set of terminals we can check for something that we know is on? Neutral and, oh, do we have, okay, so no, we lost the, we get the brake light, but not the running light. And the running light is an always on light. The running light is an always on light. I just don't think this is a grounding issue. I'm gonna try reassembling this. What the fuck? Okay, so now if I drop it, okay, I'm gonna check the horn. I wanna check that voltage on the horn now. Because I was getting like fuck all before. What, like 4 volts? Okay, we do that. Bring you over. 12. Why am I getting the 12 volts now? This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So I have full confidence that if I go to try to start this bike again, it's gonna start. Because nothing... what am I trying to do there? There, okay, so that works. I'm not getting the high beam. Nothing when I... what am I trying to say? If I press the starter button... no, there's actually still fuel in the bowl, so I'm not going to do that. If I press the starter button, it's this to this. It's gonna start with full crank. I'm 98% certain, but I probably shouldn't do that in the house right now. If anybody has any ideas on what to look for, please let me know. I've been checking continuity from, that's the far ground. Like, this whole thing started with me just trying to figure out the headlights. So I flipped the headlight from this bike to this bike and then other way. And this bike, if you run it right off straight off the battery, which I did earlier, I'll cut this part forward. Which one was great? Stop, come on, dude. Okay, there, see, it works. There's brights, there's standard. So it's not an issue with the headlight, it's an issue with the left side controls. An issue with power on the left side controls, and that I don't know how to... I don't know how to check this. I know I'm going on and on, but I'm just stumped, man. This one I haven't encountered before. Seriously, if anybody has any insight on what to look for, please let me know, because I know I'm gonna be... I don't have any more hair to pull out. Honestly, actually, all my hair started falling out as soon as I got really into trying to fuck with motorcycles. I should have never started. I'd still have hair. I'm gonna put this back together. Well, I don't think I even want to clean this thing up. I can see that this is intentionally greased. Let's try this again. Okay, so that's still on. This is intentionally greased, so this thing, you know, stays working. And it appears like everything's working correctly. And my switch on here, and that all checked out. Horn thing, when I was fucking with it earlier, that seems to work. And this here is a clutch switch, so that just plugs in there. That shouldn't have anything to do with it. And I was checking with it connected earlier. And not that I thought it would have anything to do with anything, but it doesn't have anything to do with anything. I don't know. I'm going to shut up now. I'll cut this one off. It's next day. I just wanted to check this real quick to see if I can actually have it still running, see if it actually still runs correctly. Check my hypothesis that this part is going to be segregated from it, and that the grounding is all still good to the auxiliary, and like the CDI and whatnot, all of these things end up grounded to here as opposed to this, and I still think all that's going to be okay. I did put the headlight back on just in case, I don't know, the ghosts decide that they wanted to start that thing. Okay, left turn signal. We got a right turn signal? Okay, right turn signal. Still got nothing on the headlight. I think everything else is still going to be there. In case everything goes up in flames, I guess we'll shut that off. The bowls are full. Control back on. Choke operating right. Let's see. Sounds good. It is so much quieter than mine with the Vance and Hines exhaust on it. My goodness, I didn't realize how loud mine was. Have no idea about the synchronization on it right now, but I mean, my bench sync might have been a heck of a lot better on this one than I ever did on mine. I'm really proud of myself with that bench sync. I have a feeling this is going to be even better than mine after hitting it with the tool. I also can't believe how quiet it is. I had no idea these things were this quiet. Because the Vance and Hines is not quiet. Dude, I could work on this thing all night with it running out here. Oh, I was all not self-conscious, but I was just trying to be kind about not being loud. I could barely even hear the fucking thing. Okay, yeah, I definitely put that idle up a little high. Legitimately, I'm happy that the bike started and it sounds as good as it does. Kind of just chancing it with how I assembled it together. I'm so stumped by the headlight. Why isn't it just a burnt out fuse? Why isn't it just this?